It's my great pleasure to welcome you to the Stanford Wisdom Center and Stanford Cancer Institute Symposium on Basic and Translational Research on Sex Differences in Cancer. So this is a wonderful partnership. Whoops, I guess I wasn't supposed to do that yet. He'll take care of me, George. Okay. If you could go ahead to my set of slides. What I wanted to do was just start by telling you a little bit about the Wisdom Center. So it's the Stanford Women and Sex Differences in Medicine. I'm the director, Marcia Stefanick, a professor of medicine at the Stanford Prevention Research Center and also of obstetrics and gynecology. Sonu Thadani, who is in the back with her hand up, is our managing director. And Tio Pricing, who is in the doorway, is our program associate. And so we're a small group, but we be small, but we be mighty. This was actually created from a dean, Dean Pizzo, put together a planning group several years ago of faculty to help us with a strategic plan, and we came up with our vision statement, which is healthy women and men from conception through the life course. And our mission is advancing human health across the lifespan through research and education on women's health, biology of sex differences, and gender medicine. We do have some special interns that work with us each quarter. This year we have Sarah Roberts and Jasmine Kai. I don't think they're in the audience right now, but if we can go to the next slide, just to give you a little bit of, I guess I do that, to let you know that this is actually the fifth sex difference symposium that we have put on. The first two were actually done before the Wisdom Center existed, but it was done through the Women's Health at Stanford group with the Cardiovascular Institute. Sophie Klepner and I put these together. So the first one was called Beyond X and Y, and we had all 5 Stanford Institutes of Medicine participate in an all-day event. We kind of realized that was a bit too much. And so in February, the Cardiovascular Institute and I worked together on one that was a mini symposium on sex differences in cardiovascular medicine and with a very special presentation on molecular and cellular mechanisms of heart failure. We then launched Wisdom in January of 2013, and our first big symposium, which Sonu was on board for at that time, was in neuroscience, and we didn't have the wherewithal to realize that we should be partnering with these institutes. And so we changed that course last year and did a Sex Difference Conference on Immunology in partnership with the Institute for Immunity, Transplantation, and Infection. And this year we're really excited that we're doing one with the Stanford Cancer Institute. The only other thing I want to mention is that we also have annual Women's Health Forums. So this conference is about sex differences in basic and translational research. We also do one that's for the broader community as well as the Stanford community. And this year we are featuring health promotion and disease prevention and screening guidelines, and we have an entire panel of cancer prevention screening guidelines that we'll be doing. So those of you interested specifically in cancer, come to the May 18th forum. And you'll see a few of the same, you'll see Robert Hale there as the moderator for one of the sessions, and Jonathan Barrick is partnering with us from the Women's Cancer Center. The only other thing I'll mention about Wisdom is that we do seed grants. So those of you who are researchers should really pay attention to the opportunity to get some funding to do pilot work, because we really do want to promote this research. We now have 10 seed grants funded and underway, hopefully working their way toward larger funding. And we also have fall celebrations to honor people who have really worked with us to help the Wisdom Center. We've had Iris Litt, who really was one of the very first trailblazers in gender research, and Philip Pizzo. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to my partner, Bev Mitchell, who is the director of the Stanford Cancer Institute.